Yeah, hey, let me get my mask off so I can talk to you, Mateo. Just, you set the school record today for rushing yards, but the team came up short. Can you just kind of give us your feelings right now about how the game turned out?
I just feel like as a team in totality, I feel like we played well and we gave ourselves a chance to win. I feel like a few plays through the game where we could have converted, but, that's hindsight. I just feel like as a team, we fought bad. We went down 14-0, but that just shows how resilient we are and our capabilities as a team in itself.
Jake Piazza.
Hi, Mateo. From up here, we saw you with about 10:30 left in the fourth quarter. It was a big third down, and Jordan Waters was running on the field. Looked like to spell you for a play, and you kind of waved him off, and you ended up picking up the first down. I think you were still at like 35 carries at that point. Can you walk us through a little bit about that? Why it was so important to you to get that touch?
I just been one of the leaders on the team. Growing up, being a young kid, you live for moments like that. So I was just happy that I got the opportunity to be able to be a positive for our team during that standpoint.
Sumner.
Hey, Mateo, talk a little bit more about falling into that 14-0 hole, how your team was able to hold it together and come back and take the lead.
I can't hear. I couldn't hear what you said. Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, I said, can you elaborate a little bit more on the beginning of the game where your team fell into that 14-0 hole and was able to come back and regain the lead?
I just feel like as an offense, we came out, kind of flat, but we picked it up as the game went on. And I just feel like this just shows how potent our offense could be at any time.
This is follow-up. This is the second time you set a school record in a loss. How do you balance the feelings of personal satisfaction with the disappointment of the team not pulling off the win?
The personal accolades are cool, but I'm focused on winning. As a team, we want to win. The stats are cool, but I'd rather have a win than just a personal stat at any time.
Connor.
Mateo, what's the mood in the locker room like? I'm sure you guys are disappointed, but can you just take us into there for a minute and tell us what it's like?
We gave ourselves a chance to win at the end. A few plays here and there, we just didn't pull out how we wanted to. But as a team, we know we got to get back in tomorrow and work ahead and go 1-0 versus Virginia next week.
Steve.
Mateo, you always get a lot of carries, and you're tied for the conference lead in carries for the season coming into today, but you got even more work. I mean, usually Jordan Waters spells you some in the first half, every third or fourth drive, and that didn't happen. Did you know you were going to get this many carries today? Were you kind of mentally prepared for this kind of a workload?
I think throughout the week and also in the offseason, I think I pretty much prepared myself to be able to take on this workload. Like I said, we have tests every week, and our coach put at the bottom of the test, says, what will you do to help our team win? And every week I put the same thing, whatever it takes. So, whatever the team needs for me to do, I'll do it no matter what.
Todd.
Mateo, last week you guys did not match up with North Carolina. This week you left points on the field. How do you guys feel about the remaining ACC games?
I feel like we should be confident going into, any ACC game we play. We have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. The thing about us, we just have to stay very consistent in what we do, and we'll be fine.
Todd Gibson.
Yeah, Mateo, how do you guys bounce back from this one? I mean, that was a shocking ending there.
Yeah, it was a shocking ending, but we just keep playing ball. This week's game didn't go how we wanted to go, but we'll digest this tonight, and then tomorrow, we'll hop on Virginia and get ready to go 1-0 against them. Preparation for every game is key, so you can't dwell your head on like a loss for too long.
Last question for Steve.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I had my hand up. I'm sorry, Jeff.
All good. Any final questions for Mateo? All right, thank you, Teo.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Jeff, can I get recording permission, please?
Just pass. DeWayne, thank you for joining us. Please use the raise hand function and we'll get started with questions. Steve, go ahead.
Thanks. Hey, DeWayne. Tough loss there. I mean, can you just take us through that last drive that, you can come on the field with a chance to win the game and stop them, and they end up getting the touchdown? Just kind of what happened on that play and how you felt about it.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't really remember much because when you're in that situation, it's you kind of in fight or flight mode. You get your assignment and then you're just locked in on what you got to do. So, I mean, we got off the ball a little bit, ran a little game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. The quarterback made a throw, receiver made a play, and it's unfortunate.
Please, Tom Shanahan.
Wayne, last week you guys did not match up with North Carolina, but this week you could have won the game. You left points on the board. How do you guys feel about the rest of the ACC's season and winning some games?
Yeah, so I mean, the ACC is probably the most crazy conference in all of college football. It's up and down, left and right, whatever you want to say. So, I mean, knowing it's a tough loss, but you got to look ahead of each week because every week's going to be a battle week in and week out. And we know that we play in a conference of quarterback, so we're going to have a talented spearhead of the offense every single week. So it's a new challenge every single week, but we're going to attack it all the same.
Todd Gibson.
Yeah, DeWayne, how do you rally the guys after this one? Because that was a really shocking loss right there towards the end.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that really starts with the culture. And you look back to January, February, the summer, things you built, and we're built for this. So, I mean, grit, toughness, heart, resiliency, and most importantly, love for the game. I mean, we love to play the game. We love to come here and go to work every single week. So I don't think it'd be hard to rally the guys because we just look ahead to next week with our 24-hour rule.
Campolo.
Yeah, DeWayne, you guys had a couple of really great moments towards the end of the first half, and then getting a couple sacks there in the fourth quarter, one of those last drives. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you guys think you need to do to keep those kind of moments up throughout the game?
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, it's a bad habit, but consistency. I've said this, I feel like every single week, consistency on both sides of the ball, the kicking game, everywhere else, because we have the talent. We had the skill, and it's very evident at times, but also we look like the bad new Bears at a lot of times too. So consistency is what we have to continue to develop and work on.
Connor.
DeWayne, I know the locker room's probably disappointed right now, but if you could just give us a snapshot of what's going on in there for you guys. I know this one is probably pretty tough to swallow.
I'm sorry, you said the locker room? Yeah. So I mean, obviously it's tough after a loss. You come in, huddle together as one. Coach Cut gives a pep talk. You go to your your position coaches. They talk to you as well, but it's mainly keep your head up because there's always next week. Coach Albert says it every single week, win or loss. The sun will always come up, and we'll live to find another day. So that's a blessing in itself. So we just got to go back to work when we come in tomorrow, approximately probably noon, and then it's all forgotten. Then we're on the UVA.
Any final questions for DeWayne? Thanks, DeWayne.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for joining us. We'll get started with an opening statement and then we'll field questions.
Yeah, the opening statement, unfortunately, is a little bit of the same circumstance where we're doing things to beat ourselves, which falls on the head coach. Critical situations failing, penalties, explosive plays or missed assignments. All of that falls in my corner. Our proud of our team's physicality and the fight and getting ourselves down 14-0, coming back. There'll be things to build on, but until you do the things of consequence that a coach has to get done, to where you're not stopping yourself on offense or giving up plays. Then you're saying the same thing every week, then I realize I'm not getting it done. Biggest thing again is penalties and failing in critical circumstances and then getting beat in the kicking game. You know, no magic formula to this. Getting what you want out of your team consistently falls on me. And I do know what a well-coached football team looks like. And we have to do the things to arrive there, or we're going to have this same story that everybody's getting tired of, including me, time and time again. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Steve Wiseman.
Yeah, you mentioned not winning in the kicking game and the 2 missed field goals loomed kind of large there. Was the operation okay on those? Did you see what happened to cause those misses?
I just think it was missed, you know. Certainly going to evaluate that. You know, we weren't as consistent as we have been in our coverage or returns. You know, we had opportunities to make defense kicking and offense blend together and couldn't do it. That falls on the head football coach. Your team can't fail in the kicking game. It cannot fail in critical circumstances, whether it's going for it on 4th down or whether you have an opponent backed up and you can force a punt backed up. It's stuff that, again, I'm sure everybody's getting tired of hearing it. I am myself. Got to do something about it.
Connor O'Neill.
David, you're mentioning a lot about being frustrated with the same old story here, and I'm curious how much can change in the midpoint of a season in that regard.
Yeah, I don't use the word frustrated. Frustrated is a horrible word because it sounds like there's nothing you can do about something, just so you know. Am I irritated with myself? Absolutely. Do I know we can do something about it? You can do something about it 3 quarters through your season. Our football team is doing a lot of good things. It's my job to make sure that we don't minimize those good things, that we maximize all of those opportunities. You do that starting tomorrow. We're not going to waste Sunday practice. And so that's the approach you take.
Todd Gibson.
Yeah, Coach Mateo and DeWayne were pretty upbeat in meeting with us a little bit ago, Coach. But just how much of a gut punch is it to the kids, and how are they feeling in that locker room after the game?
I mean, when you have one in your grasp and it gets away, and they know what I know, they know they fought. They know they fought hard. They know they probably physically, for the most part, managed that game. And again, I tell them the same thing. It's on me. We have all week long to get them prepared. They got to just cut loose and play. And, you know, so I hope their head's in a good spot. They realize that this is the heart of the season. This is the midway point. We got just as many games in front of us as what we've had behind us. So I think everybody should be excited about what we have in front of us. And that's a chance to go 1-0 this coming week.
Tim Sumner.
David, we asked about Mateo. Was it in the game plan to use him as much as you did? And just talk about his ability in the second half when he had to be exhausted to keep moving, keep picking up first downs, keep picking up tough after he'd carried 20, 30, 40 times.
We felt like we could run the ball, and he's going to always be a big part of that. And there's a couple of times we were going to take him out of the game. He wanted to stay. And when you got a player like that, you follow the guide. Certainly he gets tired. All players do, but he'll be sore tomorrow and we'll recover him. And, you know, depending upon, you don't know what's going to happen week to week, but certainly, you know, the plan was to be physical and run the ball. And we were able to do that pretty well most of the game.
Tom Shanahan.
Yeah, Coach, on the missed field goal just before halftime, it was 4th and 1. What were your thoughts on whether go for it or to take the field goal?
Well, I felt like momentum. They get the ball first. I wanted points. I thought it was a very easily made field goal. We had failed already once on 4th down. My nature is to go for it, but I decided that we would take the points, and the points ended up not being there. So it's just part of the, danged if you do and danged if you don't. You never know what the turnout's going to be. You hope you do, because at the Power 5 level, you should be pretty confident in those types of kicks.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.